Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another episode of Toast the Toss. This is the third episode of a very long tournament, and today we have some amazing people right from the day we started this podcast. We have Anudeep with us. Hi, Anudeep. How does it feel to
Hello,
be
hello, hello. Very good, very good. Long time homecoming.
a nice homecoming? We also have Vinayak with us. Vinayakam, great to have you. And we have our usual Bidhu with us. Bidhu is also coming after a long time. Were you there for the last episode, Bidhu?
Yes, I was there.
Oh, you were there. But we had our last episode a long time back. And ever since, it has been a great tournament. And we have a birthday boy with us today. Sanskar is there with us.
Hello, hello.
Sanskar, so as the question goes, how many centuries did you score today? Or which number century did you score today?
23.
23. Okay, nice. I hope you get to see RCB win at least this year.
That's the
Yeah.
hope for last 15 years.
Yes, Sanskar, so we'll start with you. Like we have seen several World Cups. I think I started with from 92. Vinayakam must be watching from 75.
83 final was my first cricket game. Yeah.
Okay, Vinayakam is watching from 83. Bitu also 96, 99?
99.
99. Anudeep, from which year have you been watching?
See, I've been watching.
World Cup, which is your
Yeah,
favorite?
see, the actual World Cup I've been watching since 2003. That's the first World Cup that I watched with interest.
Okay.
Before that, yeah, 99 and also and all I had seen, but with actual interest, with the love of the game, 2003.
Yeah.
2003.
With इतना qualification के साथ मेरा 87 होगा.
Okay.
Because 83, I just remember my neighbor waking me up and saying that, hey, Kapil Dev is holding the cup and come in.
For me, it was Imran Khan. But anyways,
Yeah.
and so Sanskar, I just wanted to ask you whether limited over international, a 50 overs match, 100 overs in a day, does it still interest the younger generation?
Um,
Or do
I
you find
can't
it
speak
boring?
for all. I can't speak for all. So personally, for me, good cricket will always attract audience, irrespective of the number of overs we play, be it limited or unlimited. So to keep the answer short, I would say good cricket will do that, irrespective of the format. And we have seen some good cricket in this World Cup as well from the start, be it India's game against Australia or be it the Pakistan Sri Lanka game. I can name many of those. So I think the good cricket is the key.
Okay, you
That's
are
all
the
that
hope. You are our beacon of hope for limited overs international, and hopefully ICC does not, after the tournament, say we are done with it. Because I personally have enjoyed the matches, and I just want to ask people from my generation, and that does not include Vinayak, rather Vidhu and Anudeep, whether did you enjoy the World Cup so far, or has the ICC 2023 managed to sustain your interest in the game?
Yeah, I think, see, we gave the similar answer in 2019 as well, because 2019 World Cup was also pretty well organized. We said that, okay, the match ODI is not dying anywhere. We are saying it again right now. But the problem with ODI is these unnecessary bilateral series that we have, which have no consequences at all. Now, last time we had the match in which we won the match with 300 runs. Now, it was a World Cup match, that's why we enjoyed it. Had it been a bilateral match, no one would have enjoyed it. We wouldn't have even seen the match. Similarly, the earlier match as well. So, the if the match has a particular meaning to it, then it makes sense. So, I think the bilateral, if these people continue with the bilaterals, then definitely it doesn't really have much future.
Okay, I have a
They
counter
should limit.
question for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Will triangular or a quadrilateral uh, manage to?
Triangular, definitely. I mean, earlier as well, we used to have many these triangular series. They were always fun. And they used to be very short series. We would play just two matches with each opponents, and then we would have the finals. It used to be fun. Similarly, if we have four teams also, it would be fun for that as well. But not these bilaterals. And see, if we understand that it's because of the FTP and the relation between the two or the three boards, but try series have to make a comeback.
Okay.
That's the only hope for ODIs at least.
Bidhu, do you agree with Anudeep?
Yes, I think we as Indians do love our cricket, and hence, as much longer the format goes, I think we will some way be connected to cricket, because our cricket is more about the players that we have. There are inter-player competitions, someone aspiring to reach some milestones, someone wanting to take the legacy forward, and all these things. But from a different country's perspective, I don't know whether they are that much invested in a World Cup or not. You look at the selection of England. I don't think they were true to, when it comes to preparation. Even Australia, the way they have planned their entire calendar, they are only team who have been struggling in terms of the scheduling. As always, they are professionals. They are not showing it even in performances, but their schedule is a lot of problem for them coming into the World Cup, especially. Uh, so yeah, I think, and the other thing is competitiveness. Like, if you have at least 6-7 teams competing for that top two position, then the interest should be there. But if there are 4 teams who are really far away from the rest of the 6 teams, you would obviously get bored in the format where you have to play 9 games. So these two things, I would say, would probably decide how the next cycle goes.
Great. Now we will be going to the next, because you mentioned England and you also mentioned the teams. So my question to Vinayakam would be, Vinayak, one team which impressed you and why, and one team which probably depressed you and why, the reasons.
Uh, Depressed. I cannot say depressed because I'm very happy. So I should let me do the reverse. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm very happy with England's performance. Very happy. Okay, yeah. So that's the team. For some reason, I'm happy to vote against anytime except when they are playing against Australia. So I'm very happy. In the beginning of the tournament, when Australia and England both were at the bottom, I was the happiest. But Australia obviously have turned around, and so I'm very happy with that. Depressed is a strong word. I'm very honestly, you were asking about the death of cricket, ODI cricket, and all. I do not hold strong emotions for cricket anymore, but it has been quite fun. The ODI, I don't see it dying. Obviously, there is need for some invention. I have been very impressed by the way the Indians have played. It has been ruthless cricket, which we have rarely shown in the 20, 25 years, 30 years which I have seen cricket. We have rarely shown such ruthlessness. That is something has really impressed me. I hope we have hoped for I mean, over a long, I've seen many World Cups and we have hoped many a time. I hope this time it sustains and we cross the line. But it has been very impressive.
Okay. So, since you did not answer the question about depressy, you found it a little strong. I have a different question for Anudeep. Anudeep, one batting attack which impressed you, and one like a team with good batting which impressed you, and a team which had the potential which you thought where they had a good lineup of batsmen and all, but they did not meet your expectations. Which two teams would be that?
See, about the batting and bowling, there is just one team that qualifies. I would say that is India. I would be very partial here, but it is one team which covers all the aspects, batting, fielding, or bowling. It has been perfect. I wouldn't say South Africa because we have seen their performance in the last match. Even against which team did it lose to? Netherlands. Yeah,
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Yeah, we could see that their batting has a few clinks in the armor. So not South Africa. India team is one in which they can really, they can chase any target. They can also put any target. The batting team that has again disappointed me the most, that would be England, because they've got potential. They've got great players in them. But the way they have batted, it's just like a deer caught in a headlight. They just don't know what to do. They've got such good players. So that is a team and that has disappointed me a lot.
Okay. And Sanskar, same question, but I would be changing the dynamics of it. A bowling attack other than India, which has impressed you, and a bowling attack which had the potential, but they just could not do it other than England.
Okay. Um, I'll start with the one which has sort of let me down a bit. I really had hopes from Pakistan. Even though Naseem Shah did quit owing to injury, I still felt they had the firepower. I frankly expected a little better from Shadab and Mohammad Nawaz to deliver eventually. But that just didn't happen. They just lacked that spice. They just lacked that firepower, which now we are getting to see from the likes of Fakhar Zaman. But I just feel it's too little, too late from Pakistan's POV. So I think one that has disappointed me a little bit is Pakistan, other than England, and the one which has impressed me, other than India, I would have to lean towards South Africa because South Africa's pace attack, barring India's game, I think has ticked its boxes in pretty much every game, especially the pace attack, the likes of Rabada, the likes of Janssen. They've been pretty impressive, barring the last match against India. So I would like to go with South Africa and Pakistan.
Okay, Sanskar, follow-up question on that. Do you think as the tournament goes longer, uh, people with sheer pace like Marco Jansen, Shine Afridi, they have not been doing really well in the last matches they played. So do you think probably a long tournament hurts their chances to be an effective, or they just become tired?
Um, if I take from India's POV, that didn't seem to be the case. I mean, you can call it smart scheduling or whatever, but India has been on point on almost every match. So I don't think it's the long tournament format that is worn off. I just feel maybe there were areas where they lacked a little smart game plan and they could have conducted themselves a little better. And the prime example for that would be New Zealand. They've just lost steam in between after that India game.
Okay, that's a
So
very interesting point you made, Sanskar. I'll take that to Bidhu. Bidhu, do you think that the Indian bowling attack is marvelous, or it's just being in home conditions, familiar conditions that is helping them as a team also because others are flailing. However, India does not seem to show any signs of tiredness, fatigue. They are just getting better and better with every match. What is your thought about it?
A couple of points. One is, as an individuals, they are all brilliant bowlers. We know the quality of a Bumrah, Siraj, Shami, even Ashwin and Jadeja. They have proven that on any given day, they can threaten any team. So what the team has been doing smartly is managing the workload, and they have been able to keep them fit all through the tournament. Even if they could not manage with Hardik Pandya, they have at least kept these 4-5 bowlers fit, and they have played all the matches. The fact that they are not bowling 50 overs is helping them, but that is something they should take credit to bowling the teams out. The second one is, look, it's not a Durban, it's not a Perth, it's not a Southampton. Yet, whenever we see the bowling card, it is the pacers who are taking more wickets than the spinners, apart from the Australia game. So I think credit should go to the pacers for developing their abilities in a way that even in these conditions, they have been able to bowl out the opposition. And the last point is what I felt once the last match got over is teams are actually seemingly threatened by India. You saw the very first game, Australia had a chance to score 250, 260, but their conservativeness, their tentativeness allowed India to restrict them at 200. And from then on, when a team like Australia is not able to set the tone, the rest of the teams, they start doubting. And it's just like how Sri Lanka played in 2011. They did not start well, and that's what led them to just score 260, 270. You see England 126 all out, South Africa 83, Sri Lanka 55. I think the mindset of the other batters when they are facing Indian bowlers is not right. They are very conservative and they are not taking any chances and not even asking questions to the Indian bowlers. So I think that is playing into our hands.
Well, this is pretty impressive, actually. I love the way everyone has been gung ho about India, and they are doing really well. Means like I don't see anyone in the team underperforming. Or do you think there are people underperforming in the Indian team? This question goes to Vinayak and Anudeep. One player you both think might does not is he's just being there because the team is performing well and he is not fulfilling uh, to his potential or what the team management needs.
In the Indian team, right? I mean, the question
Yeah,
is
Indian
pertaining
team.
Indian. Yeah. I don't think so.
You
This
can
time,
you can even tell a name of a person who slows the run rate uh,
because
due
he's nearing a milestone.
he's
Yeah.
nearing the
Okay. I don't think so. This Indian team, I think there are no passengers. We have had people put up their hands at various junctures. Uh, uh, Starting from the first match, 24-3, Rahul and Kohli rejuvenated the innings. Regarding the bowling, Siraj had a bad day. Some days, Bumrah was brilliant. Kuldeep, Jadeja, everybody. I mean, the only person who we can say had a bad tournament so far would have been Shardul Thakur. And I mean, I don't fault him also. That was the role that was given to him. I mean, everybody knows what he's capable of, and he was trying his best, and it didn't come off. So I think I don't think there is an in with the current 11 at least there are no passengers.
okay.
I think we are doing a fantastic job, and everybody, including the fielding coaches, pulling the weight and making the series interesting to watch.
I have not been following that fielding ceremony and all that. What is that hype
Oh,
all about? What is the hype all
I,
about? Do tell me.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
What is it
Anudeep, you want?
about?
So
Yeah,
basically, yeah. So basically, it is about honoring one member in the team for their brilliant effort on the field. Okay, so which is like you typically your man of the match will be a batsman or a bowler. The fielding effort typically goes unnoticed. So this is an effort to do that, and also as the fielding coach mentioned yesterday, this gives the opportunity for anybody in the 15 to anybody in the 11 playing 11 to be felicitated, right? It gives everybody the chance. You may have had a bad day with the bat or the ball or whatever, but this still gives you a chance to perform and show your worth to the team. And I love the concept. I love the idea.
okay. Anudeep, do you think Hardik Pandya being such a brilliant fielder and purported all-rounder, do you think that he is sulking over there, missing out on a great series? But he has given a wonderful opportunity to Shami. What are your thoughts about Pandya not being there and Shami doing justice to the opportunity he got? Your thoughts on
See,
it?
a kind of player that Hardik Pandya is, definitely he'll be sulking. And it's a team that can probably go on and win the World Cup. And him not being there in the playing 11, definitely he'll not be very happy. But yeah, it's a blessing in disguise for us that we got Shami in place. In fact, we should have. I don't really understand why Shami, who's probably the best bowler in India, is not in the playing 11. He should have been there from the very first time. He is not, but again, it's a blessing in disguise for us. So, I mean, yeah, it's good. It's good he got injured. We got Shami, but he should have been there before as well.
Anudeep, has there been anything in the tournament involving the Indian team which you have found offensive? Leave the crowds of Gujarat. Other than that,
Offensive from
because
which
I have
perspective?
found something offensive, and that
From players' perspective, from crowd's perspective, from which perspective?
okay. So the fact is this: Hardik Pandya endorsing Louis Vuitton.
Yo,
Endorsing.
it's fine, man. It's fine. It's fine. Come on.
Oh
He
no!
needs
Let's limit it to
he needs to make money. It's fine. Come on.
It's like I did not find the point in there because I've never seen a cricketer in his whatever boxers or
Better than
beef.
this. It's better than this. At least
Yeah,
we'll
better
feel
than
comfortable.
Gutka. Better than
Yeah,
Gutka.
Exactly. Yeah.
Zuba Kesari. Yeah. Okay. Now
Sorry,
maybe Vinayak,
sorry. One
uh,
point. I did find something which I found slightly on the uh
offensive,
on
uh,
offensive, maybe a
a little
harsh word.
distasteful, a little distasteful.
Distasteful. Yeah, distasteful is the right word. Yesterday, Shami was speaking to some on the Hindi channel. He was talking to somebody, and he said, "देखो 400 मारने वालों का क्या हाल कर दिया हमने," or something like that. Okay, and I mean the Puritan in me, and maybe this is New India, and maybe this is the ruthless
Yeah,
India, and all power, but the Puritan in me is slightly, like, "Arey yaar, this." I mean, it's almost like
Could have been like, could have been
inviting the
avoided. Could have
jinx.
been avoided kind of thing. Yeah. He could have
Could have been
avoided.
avoided. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
Sanskar,
These
Sanskar, this question is for you. Do you think India is the new South Africa? Given that we have a tendency to eh, choke at semi-finals or knockout stages. Do you think, means it has been a story of the past 1 decade, a little more than that, but do you think this team won't choke? This team is destined to be the champion.
Um, See, law of averages is a thing. I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna blatantly deny that. Having said that, the atmosphere in the Indian team is very calm and composed, I would say. They've conducted themselves with utmost maturity in the field. So I'm pretty sure the message from Rohit Sharma to the entire team would be to treat every game as a separate entity and not to get carried away from the previous accolades, because at the end of the day, what you do on that particular day is all that matters. So I'm sure that's the message, and I'm sure with the pedigree and with the maturity of a certain Rohit Sharma, you would expect this team to do better, because one thing Rohit Sharma, we have seen that throughout his string from IPL captaincy to this, is that he doesn't settle for anything less. He always strives for more, and putting my neck ahead, I would say India is probably the top contender to win the World Cup, and I think we will lift the cup on 19th.
Okay,
Optimistic, touch wood, but yeah.
okay, Vinayak, Bidhu, Anudeep, yes, no questions. Do you think India is going to win?
Yes.
Anudeep?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
Vinayak?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to jinx it.
Like
I've
Oreo,
faced
Oreo mat bol.
Oreo, mat
Oreo
bol.
mat bull. Yeah. I've seen too many failures. I've seen too many
Yeah.
promises being broken. So hopes being crashed, not promises being broken. They are not. They have not promised me anything. But uh, but yeah, I this team definitely seems different. We were sorry, you asked for a yes no, but I'm going to take a 30 seconds here. A lot of us were criticizing the approach of Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma leading up to the World Cup. I think that process, whatever the Dravid keeps talking about process, and that process that has been set in place is what is helping us now. I feel that we will win. We have it seems good enough to win, but
Okay. Okay, you have
yeah,
exceeded your 30 seconds, but I have a question for all of you. We have confirmed three semi-finalists, India, South Africa, and Australia. Uh, but who do you think will sneak in the top four? Or do you think New Zealand will be safe? Yeah, Vinayak.
I don't think Australia is still safe. Only India and South Africa is confirmed, I believe. I don't think Australia is confirmed as well.
Okay, not confirmed, but given the form,
Probable,
yeah.
probable.
Uh, Sanskar, would you like to agree with Vinayakam, or do you think we'll see more than two teams going ahead of Australia and
Um,
New Zealand?
I mean,
Or
they
New Zealand?
do have easy games coming ahead, so highly unlikely for Australia to falter at this stage. We do have a game against, Australia does have a game against Afghanistan tomorrow, which ideally should be a cakewalk on a flat track like one today. But the fourth team, provided rain doesn't play spoil sport, I think New Zealand should be able to get triumph over Sri Lanka and make it book their semi-final berth. I think it's going to be India versus New Zealand at one today.
Okay. Anudeep, your thoughts?
Yeah, even I think had it been any other opposition, I would have given a chance. But yeah, because it's Sri Lanka, I think New Zealand will walk over them.
Okay.
Unless, of course, there is any rain or something weird happens. But I think, yeah, New Zealand has a chance.
Bidhu.
Yeah, so I was just checking the schedules and the run rate. So even if both New Zealand and Pakistan win, I think Pakistan have to catch up to the run rate of New Zealand. So ideally, I would have preferred Pakistan because they would have brought in more entertainment. Because personally, I feel New Zealand is not a team which should be in top four because they have won.
Okay, just on that note, because Bidhu is not in the city of Bangalore, it's raining pretty hard in Bangalore. Do you think the Red Guards can play the Kudrat ke Nizam?
You stole my phrase, man. I'm pitching for India Pakistan at Eden Gardens. I think it's going to happen. It's destined to happen.
Okay.
92 is destined to happen till the semis. I don't think.
Okay. If you are carrying that opinion, Vinayak, be very careful because this time I was at I did watch a Pakistan versus New Zealand match, and I was the only person shouting very loudly, cheering for Pakistan, and people were staring all the while till the point Fakar Zaman came and hit those marvelous sixes, and it was a joy to watch. And a special kudos to the organizers, especially the Karnataka State Cricket Association. The way they had organized it was a treat for fans to go and watch it over there, barring their security arrangements to a little extent. But it was fun. Yes,
did,
Vinayak,
did
you have to add anything.
they play Dil Dil Pakistan?
Yeah, they did play Dil Dil Pakistan, and they also played Pasuri. I was the only one dancing and singing Dil Dil Pakistan, and I had my uh, means like I was playing also inside, but nothing, nothing improper happened. Like it was, the crowd was actually quite appreciative of the players actually, so that was pretty fun. If there's a match happening in your city, do go and watch it. It's fun actually. And yeah, Bidhu.
Yeah, just to close that, I mean, don't you think New Zealand is in a funny situation? He is in number 4, but they have not won against Australia, Pakistan, India, and South Africa, and they are yet to play Sri Lanka, who is just below them. So they are uniquely placed at number 4 without even defeating any of the teams who are above them or at par with them.
Uh, Anudeep or Sanskar, would you like to add to that question?
It's a viewpoint or a question. What is the question? Sorry.
The question is whether New Zealand has been lucky being in the top 4 despite not defeating the top 3 teams.
Yeah, they got easy first few games. So yeah, they're lucky in that aspect. Yeah, see, their batting is good. Their bowling, it lacks that firepower. So even if
Okay.
they reach the semi-finals, it's going to be difficult for them.
Okay, cool. And on that note, okay, Vinayakam has a lot.
One last question.
No,
If
I have a last question. Yeah,
okay, so second last question. If which team can give India a run for their money?
Australia.
Netherlands.
It's Australia. It's Australia. Australia is it's a champion team. Whatever we say, it's a champion team. They have that thing in them. It comes from DNA. So once they reach the knockout, they'll be a different team. And their batting, no matter how we have treated other batters, in knockout stages, the kind of batting they have, they can give the bowlers a good run for the money. So
Yeah,
it'll be a challenge.
they also had given us the 15 minute of scare.
Yeah.
2 for 3. That's the only scare that India have got in this World Cup.
We
True.
we have already spoken about one piece of attire, and this is the final question for today's episode. Is that why do you think Babar Azam bought a Sabyasachi costing about rupees 7 lakhs, a Sabyasachi suit for his wedding? Uh, Means, what are your thoughts about? Will that help uh, fashion designers in India to have a larger fan following in Pakistan, or it's just limited to whatever? Means, like, it's not a question well formed. Why do you think Babar Azam purchased a Sabyasachi suit for his wedding costing 7 lakh
He's
rupees?
getting married. He's getting married, man. He's got money.
He's got
Yeah.
money. He's got money.
The
Come
second
on.
part, the the
Exactly.
second
Yeah.
the second part. He has money. He bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the World Cup has been pretty fun, and I hope we come up with another episode very soon. I think most probably we'll be coming up with after this week, when we will be reviewing the semi-final matches, or rather previewing the semi-final matches, and then probably after the semi-final matches, we'll do a quick preview of the final match involving the best two teams of the World Cup. Gentlemen, it has been a fun episode after a long time. After a long time, we have actually had a very long episode. So, looking forward to more such interactions. And on that note, before we end, happy birthday, Sanskar.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Sanskar.
birthday
Happy
to
birthday.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Also, just on that note, it just reminded me, the finals is going to be in Ahmedabad,
Yeah.
and in May, I think we had two teams playing finals. Team wearing yellow versus team wearing red. Team wearing yellow won, but this time I hope the situation reverses.
Okay, let's see whether team wearing yellow makes it or team wearing blue or orange makes it to the finals. Let's see. Okay. On that note, it has been fun hosting all of you.
Bye bye
Bye.
bye. Bye.